are you? In any given moment, in any given interaction in the world. You can think of it as your headquarters, if you like. I think of it as my seat or my throne. The imagery of being seated is significant. I'm rooted, not moving, no matter what is happening around me. My throne indicates that this is my domain and I'm sovereign in it. If you're familiar with my work, you'll know that I'm ultrasensory. When I interact with people, I see their location, and it's almost never seated on their throne. It's usually above their heads, slightly forward, and either to the left or to the right, or bouncing between the two. One side seems to draw from the past, and the other side from the projection of the future. Their consciousness is entrained to certain levels of awareness, past and future, crowded by all the baggage that these entail. Strategizing, projecting, defending the self-image, acting through the filters of habituated thought, coping mechanisms, and our all-time favorite, childhood survival tactics. When you're seated on your throne, centered, rooted in your all that I am awareness, you show up to each situation naked, just as you are, without baggage, without projections, and without coping mechanisms. You come as your present moment self, not dragging along your inner child, your victim self, your spiritual identity self. There's a weightless, open, free quality to showing up in this way. It's very practical. It doesn't bring bliss or deep oneness and connection with other people. It's not about opening your heart or any such. There's a simple, grounded sense of security, and this is not poetic at all. Okayness. I'm okay, no matter what's going on. This doesn't make me impervious to pain. It's not like those really dumb spiritual parables where a string of horrible things happens to some enlightened master and he's totally indifferent to it. That's ludicrous. What it means is that whatever the situation, I come entirely as myself, rooted in all my fullness and all my strength. I meet life whole, not fragmented. That wholeness of any one of us is so much more powerful and resilient than you could ever imagine if you only live from the projection, defense mechanisms, and baggage of the past or future, or your self-identity. Find your throne. Bring your awareness to the very center of your skull, the middle of your brain, so to speak. Look out through your eyes from the very center of your head. When you do this, you'll immediately feel your breath change because you've just brought your awareness back in alignment with your central channel, the one that runs all the way down your body into the ground. You'll feel that groundedness and feel how the energy flow is more balanced and smooth. You'll notice that discursive thinking and any sense of grasping, craving, needing is not present. Notice the okayness. Feel calm and secure and at home. Notice the openness as you look out through the center of your head, not needing things to be one way or another, even as you may prefer them to be one way or another. The preference does not come with any rejection of what is. From this seat, you'll find that you have space. The situation is not imposing itself on you. Things move more slowly, and you have space to actually see what's going on. Whatever is going on is outside your personal space, so you have your own secure environment from which you can observe and choose. You'll find that you have access to much more useful information, many levels of awareness. Things that seemed complex, hidden, or confusing start to become transparent, simple, and understandable. You'll also find that you have freedom. You're not reactive. You're in command of yourself, able to self-regulate. This brings a feeling of security and stability, regardless of what is happening outside your space. You are free to choose how you feel, what you accept or deflect, and what action to take. You'll likely find that no action is called for most of the time, because most of what is going on out there really has nothing to do with you. It's not yours. You'll conserve a great deal of energy by not engaging with triggers and external circumstances that really have nothing to do with you. You remain effortlessly quiet, non-reactive, with a solid sense of what is yours and what's not. You're free to choose. You're not in a state of dependency. It's interesting to note that in this space, you can clearly see and feel what's electric and what is magnetic. There's no friction from inner conflict, guilt, and blame do not occur. The concept of healing wounds does not arise. There is no concept of personal defect or fragmentation. You can think of it this way. Your equipment may have gotten damaged in some accident, some collision, but that's not to say that you are broken and need to be fixed. If you were in an auto accident, you would assess the damage and get it fixed. But you wouldn't then carry around some idea that you yourself are damaged and need repair. It seems semantic, but it's not. It's about weight. One is weightless, and the other is very heavy. Now that you're centered, see how long you can stay seated. What draws you out from your throne into the ping-pong table of past and future, of projection and survival strategy, of habituated thought and identity involvement. Listen, gorgeous, there's no time. You haven't got any time, just right now. I know, that's just such a saying that we have, right? That everything is now and all we have is now, but I'm telling you, you don't have time. So don't just hold what I've said in your head and think about it and say, "Ooh, yes, that sounds good, that sounds nice, that sounds true." Right now, get centered. Start observing what pulls you off your center. This is not a practice for later. It's a practice for the only time you have, which is right now.